Good morning, dear children. Today we begin with the third session of the chapter Principles of Management, and I am Akanksha Sharma from the Millennium School, Lucknow. So, after knowing what are principles of management, after studying their features, after studying their significance, why are they important for the manager in an organization, you must be wondering what are these principles that we are discussing from past 2 days. But before knowing them, it is more important to know who gave us these principles of management that we're going to study now. So, these principles of management, children, were given to us by two individuals. One is Henry Fayol, and the other one is F.W. Taylor. Henry Fayol gave us certain general principles of management which can be applied generally. Say, for example, principle of team spirit. So team spirit principle is a general principle which can be applied anywhere. Whereas F.W. Taylor gave us certain principles which are scientific in nature, means which are based on certain scientific judgment, where you need certain facts and figures to come to a certain decision. So Henry Fayol is known as the father of management studies and thoughts, and F.W. Taylor is known as the father of scientific management. So we have these two individuals who've given us certain principles to be studied. And in your NCERT, just after significance of management, we've begun with F.W. Taylor. But these principles, these scientific principles, are a bit tough and complicated to understand. Hence, I would begin with certain general principles which were given by Henry Fayol. They are 14 in number. Henry Fayol has given us 14 general principles of management. So we'll continue with this first. So children, let us begin with the first principle given by Henry Fayol. And the first principle is division of work. What do we understand by division of work? Even if you look at the literal meaning, dividing the work. So we divide the work according to this principle into smaller tasks or units. And it must be taken care that the whole work should not be given to just one person. Rather, the whole work should be divided into smaller tasks and units. And these tasks, these units, should be given to individuals depending upon their capability, their qualification and experience of the person, right? I repeat, the work should be divided into smaller tasks. It should not be that the whole work is just assigned to one single person. Rather, these smaller tasks should be distributed amongst the individuals depending upon their capability and qualification. And children, automatically, when a person is performing a part of job again and again, he'll become perfect and specialized in doing that, and efficiency level will automatically improve. Hence, these three important keywords you have to learn, you have to keep in mind before understanding what is division of work. Division of work is when the work is divided into smaller tasks, and these tasks are further distributed amongst employees depending upon their capability, qualification, and experience. And when this is done, specialization and efficiency is automatically taken care of. Now, for example, I'm sure you all must have at least visited bank once. So in bank, you see one counter which is only, a person is only responsible for receiving cash, depositing cash. Another counter, the individual is responsible for withdrawals. I mean, he's allowing you to withdraw the money. Although we have ATMs, but still we find people withdrawing money through checks, through paid slips in banks. Then at the same time, you see one individual at one counter is just there to help, the new entries in the bank. Another counter, they are catering to the people who want credit from the bank. So every individual has been distributed the work, individually, depending upon their experience, their qualification, and hence you see that bank operates efficiently. So the positive effects of division of work are, it ensures specialization, efficiency level is increased, and there is no division of work being practiced in an organization. We see duplication of work. Duplication of work means when the work is not designed, when the work is not distributed, one person is doing another work, the other person again can do the same work. Hence, there would be no efficiency There would be duplication of work, and of course, no specialization at all. Children, the second principle given by Henry Fayol is authority and responsibility. Two different words which should be understood differently. Authority is the power to take decisions, the power to command, the power to give orders, whereas responsibility is the obligation to complete the job assigned. So, authority and responsibility given by Henry Fayol states first, that authority and responsibility should be equally distributed. There should be equality between authority and responsibility. There's a reason why. Children, if excess authority, if excess powers are given to individuals, there is a chance of abusal or misuse of that power. Whereas, if more responsibility is given, if the responsibility is more than the authority or the power given, then you will find that an individual is overburdened, always overburdened with the work, no motivation at all, no efficiency, no specialization will be ensured at all. So, the first thing which must be kept in mind before giving a responsibility is that both authority and responsibility should be equally distributed to an individual. Now, just consider an example. For example, say an employee was given the responsibility. An employee was given the responsibility for producing 100 units of a product in just 1 week, right? So he was given the authority. He wasn't given the authority, sorry. He was given the responsibility of manufacturing 100 units in 1 week. But he wasn't given the authority to purchase raw material. So do you think will he be able to complete the target of producing 100 units on time if there is no raw material? So responsibility was given of producing 100 units, but then authority, the power to purchase raw materials, was not shared with the individual. So there is no efficiency, there will be no completion of work on time. So it must be ensured that both authority, that is power to take decisions, and responsibility, that is obligation to complete the assigned job, should have parity between both of them. They should be equally given. Why they should be equally shared? Because excess of authority leads to misuse of power, and excess of responsibility, you'll find an individual always overburdened with the work. So children, third principle given by Henry Fayol is discipline. I'm sure this is not a new word that you've come across. You all know what discipline is all about. And nobody knows better than the students what discipline is. Right from day one, when you enter the school, every single person in the school you find expects the students to be in discipline. So what is it? Discipline is all about following the code of conduct, following the rules wherever you are. Similarly, do you think that discipline is only for the students? No, it's even for the employees who work in an organization. Rather, discipline is for every single individual. So if we talk about an organization, if we talk about management, and as a discipline, principle of management, discipline refers to following the code of conduct or the rules of employment agreement. And it's not, children, that discipline is just for the subordinates, for the employees. Discipline is both for superior and subordinate level. It's just not that the superiors just expect the subordinates to be in discipline. Rather, superior himself should be good at all the levels. The superiors must be disciplined first, then only they can expect the subordinates to be in discipline, to follow the code of conduct of an organization. Hence, superiors must set a level for the subordinates to follow discipline. There should be judicious application of penalties. This is also a part of discipline. And when I say meeting commitments and promises is a part of discipline, children, I remember there was a board question for 1 mark wherein it was just a small case study, and it goes like, the managers wanted to increase the productivity, and for this they promised the workers that if they work overtime, they would be given extra pay packages. So the workers obviously got motivated and they started working overtime in order to complete that productivity in a particular time. They completed the target was met, but still the firm, the company, the factory did not meet the commitment of giving the extra pay package for which they wanted the workers to work overtime. So the question went like this: which principle of management is violated in this case study? So when the commitments are not met by the management, when they promise and later they break their promise, which happened in the same case study. So which principle do you find being violated in the case study? So the principle which was violated was discipline in this case study. So I hope you can identify this the three principles that we did today. First was division of work. Which meant the work divided into smaller tasks and units. And work which is divided should be divided on behalf of the capability and the qualification of individuals, which will automatically ensure specialization and efficiency. The second management principle is authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility should be equally shared with an employee. Excess of authority will lead to misuse of the power, whereas excess responsibility, an individual might be overburdened with the work. There will be no specialization and efficiency if there is no authority and responsibility being equally shared with the employees. And the third principle is discipline, which we can also understand as following code of conduct and rules of an employee agreement. So it's not only superiors who need to be disciplined or the subordinates who need to be disciplined. Rather, the discipline is required both at the superior and subordinate level. So children, today we discussed the principles given by Henry Fayol, who is also known as the father of management studies and thoughts. He has given us 14 principles of management, and today we've just covered 3. We'll go slowly because these principles of management are very, very important, and I request everybody, once you see the video, please go through the NCERT, underline the keywords, because these keywords only will help you in identifying the case studies, in identifying which principle is being discussed about. So please go through NCERT. Thank you.